Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind, repugnant to reason and against nature. A confident person avoids two things in life: idle gossip and petty conflicts, choosing instead to cultivate understanding and foster harmony. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. A wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool speaks because he has to say something. All men's souls are immortal, but the souls of the righteous are immortal and divine. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. By desiring little, a poor man makes himself rich. Circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality that guarantees others. Death does not concern us because as long as we exist, death is not here, and when it does come, we no longer exist. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. Do not marry after 40, because marriage is not provided by nature. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Do not trust all men, but trust men of worth. The former, of course, is silly. The latter, a mark of prudence. Don't judge your greatness by your shadow at sunset. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. Everywhere man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character, passion, mistakes, and weaknesses. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. He is richest who is content with the least. Intent is the wealth of nature. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. He who learns must suffer. And even in our sleep, pain that cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart. Hope is the only good that is common to all men. Those who have nothing else possess hope still. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. I never desired to please the rabble. What pleases them, I did not learn, and what I knew was far removed from their understanding. If thou wilt make a man happy, add not unto his riches, but take away from his desires. If you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. In childhood, be modest. In youth, temperate. In adulthood, just. And in old age, prudent. In old age, we all regret not having killed laziness in ourselves. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confidence of their help. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. Let him that would move the world first move himself. Let no man be called happy before his death. Let no one be slow to seek wisdom when he is young, nor weary in the search of it when he has grown old. For no age is too early or too late for the health of the soul. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Mankind is made of two kinds of people: wise people who know they are fools, and fools who think they are wise. Men exist for the sake of one another. Men should strive to think much and know little. Necessity is the strongest of things, for it rules everything. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow, even if that someone is yourself. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. No man is free who cannot command himself. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. None can be free who is a slave to and ruled by his passions. Once made equal to man, woman becomes his superior. One thing I know, that I know nothing. This is the source of wisdom. Our sins are more easily remembered than our good deeds. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. Rest satisfied with doing well and leave others to talk of you as they please. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The end of life is to be like God, and the soul following God will be like Him. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The misfortune of the wise is better than the prosperity of the fool. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. The unexamined life is not worth living. The wrongdoer is more unfortunate than the man wronged. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Those who aim at great deeds must also suffer greatly. Thou shouldst eat to live, not live to eat. Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. We inadvertently adopt their interests, opinions, values, and their habit of interpreting events. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. What lies in our power to do, lies in our power not to do. Which quote did you like the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on the next video.